Yeah, we've got Anne the medium coming up now. There she is. She's in her window. Give her a wave. Oh, she's out in the garden. Wow. Right, okay.
Not actually in the garden, but
you know, it looked like you. It looked like you were in the church.
No, that's the tree in our garden, the tulip tree in our church, in our car park.
Oh, wow. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so Anne is going to start in literally a minute. After her, we've got Debbie doing crystals. Then it is Siobhan and the psychic diet. Then Leslie is doing tea charm reading, which is very unusual. And followed by that, it will be me doing my tarot moon readings for each. Well, I'm actually starting off with the fire and the earth signs. But anyway, 1 minute to go, Anne. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, yes.
Okay. Right, so this is Ann Fordham. She's a very, very experienced medium. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of interview you a little bit, Anne. Okay, so I'm going to start off with, can you tell us, how did you get to becoming a medium? How does that happen to a person?
Well, I think we all have our own way, Mandy, actually. But my way was when my sister passed to the spirit world, right. She stood beside my bed 2 days after she'd passed away. And it was just like I'm looking at you, wow. You know, and I just looked at her. I said, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be dead. And she smiled at me. She said, but I am. You know, and she came back to give me some instructions because, you know, as a family, we'd had 5 deaths in 8 months. And she was very concerned that my mum wouldn't be able to cope. So, you know, this was spirit bringing me in to their world, I think, or opening up their world to me, should I say, instead. It was quite an experience.
My God, that's giving me the chills just listening to that, seriously.
Yeah, well, she's just drawing close to me because I can feel her coming into me now. I don't feel it very often. That is the one and only time I have truly seen a spirit person. Okay, but I believe that was their way of bringing me in.
And how long ago was this, Anne? Roughly?
This was in she passed away in 1984. Gosh. 1984. So I've been doing this for, as you can tell, quite some time.
Yeah,
quite some time.
Amazing. And obviously, as a result of that, you've. I mean, this is now like your life. This is becoming your life. I mean, were you on a different path in life, and how has this changed your whole direction?
I'm not sure I was on a path other than being a mum and, you know, having a family, kids to take care of, what jobs to do. So I'm not sure I was actually on a path, but yes, it certainly did. It was one of my daughters suggested we go to the Spirit Choice Church. And it was as I walked into the church, I felt I had come home. I felt that's where I belonged. Yeah. So this then became my pathway. So it's taken me quite some time. But now I teach others how to actually reach their inner spirit, if you like, because we all have a little spirit inside, as you well know. You know, it's all part of the whole, and we are all part of the whole. But that little spirit inside, we need to contact. We need to feel it. We need to allow it to come forward. Okay, so we teach that at the church. We do teach how you can raise your energies, how you can raise your vibrations, and how to feel that lovely spirit within. You learn about yourself first. It's possibly the same in most things, Mandy. You have to learn who you are. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
And once you've done that, we actually do teach how to get those vibrations up, how to reach spirit, how to feel the energy around you, how to feel that spirit person coming in with you. Okay,
and talking about that, I understand that there are different types of medium who kind of receive that energy in different ways. Could you just give us a little bit of insight into the different types?
I can. There's several different ways, actually. Clairvoyant is the most common known one, and mediums get called clairvoyants. I'm not a clairvoyant personally, but clairvoyance is French for clear seeing, which means you will see spirit. So that one and only time I was to be a clairvoyant was when my sister. Okay, clairsentience, which is how I work, is with feeling. You actually feel that spirit with you. Okay, clairaudience, you hear their voices in your ear. I don't hear that, but I do work as a clairsentient, so I feel. Clairalliance is smelling. Now, most people will have a smell of a loved one coming close, won't they? You can walk into a room where that person was and you can actually smell them. Or you can be doing nothing and the smell of somebody comes close to you. That is clairvoyance. Then there's claircognizance, which I also work with, which is knowing. You know, you just absolutely know. There's no question in your mind. So it's clair knowing. Okay, claircognizance. And then the last one is clairgustance, which is tasting. I mean, many of you suddenly get a different taste in your mouth, don't you? And that also is also a way of spirit letting you know that they are there, waiting to connect with you.
That's amazing.
I hope it makes sense to you.
Yes.
There's several different ways, but most workers are either clairaudient, clairvoyant, or clairsentient. Some work with all three. You know, it just depends on the medium and how spirit works with them. Because we all work in our own way. We're all individual, very individual, and all work in our own way.
Yes.
So it
So,
also,
sorry, carry on. Yeah.
I was going to say, it just gives me pleasure to watch people unfolding their gifts. A lot of pleasure. You know, I just feel I am working for spirit in the way they're asking me to. Because to watch others unfold is amazing. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you were a person like, and you just thought, I really want to be a medium, I mean, is it a sort of, is it as simple as just thinking I really want to have this gift, or is it one of those things that more kind of tells you that it wants you to do it? Did that question make sense? I said that really badly.
No, it did, because you know there is a belief that mediums are born, if you like,
right,
or possibly don't realise it. Maybe that's what happened to me until my sister came to see me. Maybe, I don't know, but you know, I think most people could be a medium, but it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes so much determination if you want to do it, you know, as most things. You know, you've got to be really into it and think, yes, I do want to do this. You've got to be confident in yourself that you can do it as well. Okay. So this is an avenue. There's many different avenues to becoming a medium. I mean, I also work as a healer, a spiritual healer. That's where I first started.
Right. Yeah. And the spiritualist church would be the kind of obvious place to go if you just feel that this is something that you want to pursue.
Yes, it would definitely. Yes.
Did you ever have sort of a bad day where you know nothing is coming through for whatever reason?
Touch wood. I haven't. I have had other mediums I've been working with have suddenly said, when we've been doing perhaps a psychic supper or group readings, somebody said to me, and I can't get anything for this lady. Can we do a swap for one of yours for one of mine? So we've done that, and it's the clear channel. I believe that the spirit choose who they want to work with.
Yes.
You know, I feel that there is that rapport, if you like. So that spirit person will choose, I believe, who they want to work with in the best way. Okay, so if they connect to you, then that's how it all works. You know, they will connect to you, and you will actually feel the love from them.
Is there anything in common with the spirit that you work with? I mean, either are you getting the same type of spirit, or are you getting the messages for the same type of person? I mean, are you noticing any commonalities, or is it really
no?
The board?
Every reading you do is different, and we all have many different guides, many different helpers and teachers in the spirit world. So whichever one is necessary for somebody who you're doing a reading for, they will come forward and they will help you with that reading. But otherwise, you know, we don't just have one guide. Okay, we have one to do a clairvoyance, one to do our clairsentience, one to do our philosophy, another one or two that come in to help you with your healing. So we are all actually, we have many guides around us, but they come in at the right time when it's necessary. They know obviously much more than we do. They know when they need to come in, you know, so that it's really it's just sitting and tuning in and learning, and letting the spirit world in.
Yeah, fantastic. And do you ever sort of like I mean, I know, like, because obviously that's how I met you, like through the church and stuff, where you have hang on,
Liz Hall. I started screen sharing. I've got.
I don't know who Liz Hall. Oh no, she's got it. It's all right. Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you ever have what was I going to say? Do you ever have a spirit come to you out of the blue? So rather than kind of in a formal sort of setting where you kind of like know that you're going to kind of practice, you know, that you're going to kind of like tune in.
Yeah.
Are you ever sort of walking around Tesco's and suddenly you get it kind of thing?
No.
Whatever.
No. Personally, no, because I switch off, Mandy.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
I switch off. I mean, I will know when somebody's in front of me. So I immediately will switch on and spirit will come in. But if we don't switch on, we have a physical life to live. And you have to remember the energy we're going to be using.
Yes.
So we need to switch off. When we're not working with spirit, we need to switch off because we're here also to live a physical life as well as a spiritual. It's bringing those two together. And it's finding that balance also. It's a bit of a pun, but finding that happy medium, you know. It is really, but we have to find, you know, where we fit, if you understand what I'm saying to you.
And do you ever get kind of that spirit that you would prefer not to be sort of in communication with coming through? Or...
Well, if I do, I ask them just to stand back.
Right. Okay.
And I have in the past had somebody come forward for a recipient that doesn't want them to come forward.
Right.
And that's awfully difficult because I have to say to them, well, I'm sorry, but they don't want to talk to you. You have to step back. Yeah. So I'll ask them to step back and allow somebody else to come in.
Right.
Because if they've had a rough life, a tough life with a particular person, they don't particularly want to hear from them. You know, typically, you remember little Doreen in our church. This happened with her. Somebody brought her husband back. She said, well, you can, I don't know where. She said, tell him to bugger off. I don't want him, she said. Right. And she literally meant that she didn't want him because he'd led her such an awful life. You know, right. But you know, we go as we arrive in the spirit world, we actually have, if we don't learn to change, then we will stay the same. We will stay the same, you know.
Well, I'm sure that everybody here would just love to see you in action. Is that okay, Anne?
I will do my best. I haven't worked like this before.
I will turn myself off for now. I'm here, and you can call for me if you want me to come back on. But yeah, I mean, it'd be really lovely if you could do a little demonstration and just to say, and will then be available to do personal, private, one-to-one readings. You know, pretty much straight after she's finished. So if you don't get a message in the next 15 minutes, it doesn't mean that kind of you don't.
There is.
Right. Okay, right. Thank you, Anne.
Okay, all right. So now I've had with me for the last hour, I think, a little lady, and she is, well, I'm saying small. She's nicely rounded, she tells me, and she's dressed in black, but she has a white apron. Well, she's telling me it was a pinny, a white apron on, and I believe she's somebody's grandmother. But I believe she's also, what she's actually showing me, she's got a gong here. A gong, okay, which she's hitting this gong. So obviously it's time for somebody to be doing something, or she was a stickler for meal times. Okay, so if anybody knows of a little lady, she's a beautiful little soul as she's coming in. She's got a lovely smile, and her hair is, I won't say it's white because it isn't. It's sort of a salt and pepper colour, but I feel she was very family orientated. This lady loved her family. Everything and everybody came, you know, in front of her that would have to be family. If you weren't family, she didn't really want to know. She'd be friendly, but you know, there is somebody, I feel she's reaching out to a granddaughter. I have to say a granddaughter who's going through a few difficult things at the moment. And when I say difficult things, I think somebody trying to make up their mind what they want to do. I think this is what she's actually trying to get across to me and to this person. So can anybody understand a little grandmother in this way? She's not telling me how long she's been in the spirit world. I believe she's been there for a little while though, because she's quite happy, quite okay with coming in here. You know, she doesn't find it a problem at all. So is there anybody that could
Hayley is saying yes. Now
Hayley?
I don't know whether that means she's just agreeing what people are saying or whether she's actually got. So Hayley, could you make that clear? Is this
can you accept a lady like this, Hayley?
Hello.
I can't hear her. Can you?
Yeah, she's speaking to you, Anne. Yeah.
Annalise.
Can you hear me?
Annalise is saying that could be my grandmother, yes?
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, it could be, yes.
Are you saying that, Annalise? Because I saw a message at the top of
And
the screen.
And Hayley, there's two
And
people.
Hayley.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute. If you could have a little word with both of them.
Okay, so it's Hayley and Annalise, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so Annalise, I do feel I could be with you, but Hayley, please don't run away. Please listen as well, won't you?
Yeah.
Because I do feel that this lady, she wasn't English. I mean, I'm English, but she wasn't English from you know, her manner, the way she's standing, and my description of her. She wasn't an English lady, but she did have quite a large family. Does this make sense, Annalise?
Yeah, well, I'm Italian, so that makes a lot of sense. It could well be my grandma, yes.
Okay, so your grandma actually, her family were very important to her, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yes?
sure.
Yes, that's sure. But I think she was quite a stickler for time as well. But she's
Can you
also,
say again?
she's
She
quite a stickler. She everything had to be done at the right time. She didn't like people to be late. Okay.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Because what she's
Yes,
saying.
it does, sure.
Yeah, because this is why I think she's showing this gone. You have to be on time. But she's also telling me, Annalise, that you need. There's something in your mind, sweetheart, that's going over and over in your mind, and it could be a new pathway for you, or an additional pathway. She's not changing the pathway you're on, because she said you're happy on that pathway, but she feels there's a little bit more to be done for you. You're wanting, you know, you're questioning. Can I put it like that? Your subconscious is questioning. Do you understand
Yes.
this, Annalise? You do?
Yes, I am. I'm very touched by the message. I'm thinking.
Okay. So what she's actually saying to you is, come on, girl, come on, get on with it. Go and do it. Sometimes you doubt yourself, Annalise. Yes?
That's true, yes.
I know, but she says you must not doubt it. If you want to do it, then go ahead and do it. Should you've achieved a great deal in your life up until now? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. But there's many more, or very much more, that you could achieve, is what she wants to get across to you, sweetheart. And she's saying, and sometimes you just sit, in England, we would say you sit on your laurels, which means you just sit back and you wait. But she's saying, don't wait. Get up, go on, do it. Yes?
Yes, well, that's very much me, in fact. I always wait and...
Well, then she's telling
yes.
me you shouldn't be waiting. You shouldn't be waiting. You know, this is why she's got this going. Come on, girl. Let's get on with it. Let's do it now, she's saying. Okay.
Wow, that's so great, because I've been wanting to get in touch with my grandma for ages, since she died, she passed.
She is a beautiful soul, I have to say. But I do feel that your grandma was somebody who would tell you, how can I put this? Not in English. And she would tell you the way things were, how she saw things. Yes? And you would have to listen to her. You would have to listen to her, I'm afraid. Yes?
Yes, she's a very strong personality.
She was very, very strong, sweetheart. But she had a heart of gold, I have to say. For those that she loved, those she cared about, she had an utter heart of gold, and she loved you dearly, but she would tell you off if you've done something she thought you shouldn't do. Yes?
Yes.
She had her own beliefs, her own thoughts on religion, and nobody would have shaken those beliefs from her. Yes. She was very, very adamant, you know, in what she felt was right. And she's telling me that, you know, in some ways you are like Annalise, because there are some things you just know is right for you, and you go ahead. As I've said, the knowing is claircognizance. All right. But she says you have other things to open up now. You know that you want to go on and do more. So please, she's saying, don't just keep sitting there thinking about it. Do it, girl. Do it, Mom. Okay?
Yes.
Because she's watching you, she's around you, and she said sometimes she knows that you feel her energy around you too, Annalise. But you think to yourself, is it really my grandma, or is it because I want my grandma to be there?
Exactly, yes.
Yes, what she's saying, it is me, my girl. When will you understand? It is me. I do come close to you. And you will feel a warmth as she comes to you, because she comes to you to try and give you a hug. Because she said there's times, Annalise, when you do need a hug. You do need a hug. And if she were here, she'd be able to give you that hug. So she said, so why shouldn't I do it now? Yes?
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
So just know that she is around you. She really is, and she loves you very, very much indeed. And you have a family, yes?
Yes.
You do. And she said she's watching you with your family, and she says she can see many of the traits of herself within you. And she's
Oh,
very
definitely. Yeah,
she's
definitely.
she's really pleased about that. She really is pleased about that, because she said, I left something on the earth plane then, didn't I? Some part of me on the earth plane, she says. But she's
Yes,
a busy
also because
lady.
I'm the only granddaughter, so yeah.
Lovely. So she's a busy lady in the spirit world. You know, she's still doing what she enjoyed doing here. She hasn't changed. Okay, she hasn't changed at all, and she just needs to bring you lots of love. And you told me, I can't say to you you're the only granddaughter, because you just told me that. You gave me that information, didn't you? But she has grandsons too, she tells me. All of them she's very proud of. Okay, one there is more of a problem with than the others. There is one that is a little bit more problematic. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. But she's saying stop. If they just stop, did you say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay. She said if they stopped worrying and thinking about themselves all the time, they would get on a lot easier, a lot better. So she said that they create their own problems. Can you understand why she's saying that?
Yes.
They just think they're not good enough. They think they can't do it, but he can do it. Tell him he can do it. All right. Grandma says he can do it. There's no problems at all. He can do it. All right. And she just, a bit like you, get on with it. Okay. But she's bringing so much love. And she says, it will surround my family. I am around them all. She said, some of them will never believe this anyway. So she said, but who cares? I don't care. So she said, I know it's right. I know that I'm here, I'm with you, and I'm watching you. And she's very proud of you. Because I believe not only have you, whatever you've achieved, you've come through some pretty tough times, Annalise. Yes?
Yes.
And some of those times, you wish your grandma had been here to give you that big hug and to go and talk to. But she said, please talk to me, won't you? Please talk to me, because I may not be physically there, but I am still spiritually there. So you can still talk to me. Okay?
I will do that, definitely.
Please do, sweetheart. And take all the love that she has to offer. All right. And pass that message on to the grandson who is not doing very well, who doesn't believe in himself. Because she said he has so much, going within him. And it's time he realised he's much better than he thinks he is. Okay? He's much more capable. Sure. All right, sweetheart. Well, we could go on, but I know Hayley's probably still there, and I need to just give Hayley a little message. All right, sweetheart. So, Annalise, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Anne. Very appreciated. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for picking up, Annie. Okay, so now can I go to you, Hayley?
Hello.
Hello, darling. Hayley, are you in England?
Yes.
You are, yes, because this lovely, I've got another grandma that's coming here. You have a grandmother in the spirit world, yes?
Yeah.
In fact, you probably have two grandmas in the spirit world.
Yeah, I do.
You do, but one was closer to you than the other one. Or you were closer to one. I'm not saying you didn't. Sorry, that's it. This is what I'm saying. One you could give your love and you could share your life with, but not the other one. Okay, does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the one that you love dearly is here. Because she's also saying to you, Hayley, come on, girl, there's something you need to do. Do you understand? No, you've got one thing in particular. It's something that you've wanted to do for a long time, Hayley. And she's saying, but now you get to the point where you think, oh, I can't do it. It's too late. I can't do that now. Do you understand where she is? So there's something you wanted to do when you were younger, sweetheart. I can't see you, so I can't even put an age on you, darling. So
I'm not too sure yet. I'm not too sure exactly what that is yet.
Okay, you haven't followed the career path that you wanted to, is what she says. When you first left your school, your education, you haven't followed the career path that you really wanted to.
Okay, I think I might know, yeah.
Yeah, that's where she is, darling. And she's saying, but it isn't too late for you to do that now. Yes, you understand that? She
Yeah.
said, but sometimes, you know, you think, I'm too old to go. I can't go back. I can't do that. But she says, there's no such word as can't. Is what she said. And I think if she was standing in front of you, she would say that to you.
Yeah.
There is no such word as can't. You can do it, my girl. And she would give you the encouragement that you needed.
Yeah.
She tells me, darling, when you were a little girl, she said, you were rather shy when you were a little girl, Hayley.
Yeah.
Yes. And she said, that made life very difficult for you when you went to school. Yes. You really wanted to make friends, darling. You really, really wanted to. But she said you found it difficult. You didn't know what to say to the other children. All right. So she's saying, and that actually held you back. It held you back because she said, you were one of these children who wouldn't put your hand up in the class if you didn't understand what the teacher had said.
No, I wouldn't. No.
You wouldn't, because you didn't have the courage of saying. So that has held you back. But she said, and part of that, you know, is still with you in your adult life, Hayley. Can you understand that?
It's getting better.
Yeah, good, because she said she's working on it. She's working on it. So, because she said, you know, she completely understands. She said, by the time you finished school, and yes, you had made some friends. You had made some friends, okay? But she's telling me, Hayley, the friends that you've made, she said, maybe they weren't all friends, my darling, what she's saying. Because she's saying, you know, she said, I could count on one hand those who are true friends. Yeah. And when she's talking about friends, darling, she's talking about those who'll support you, those who'll be there with you. You know, in your tough times or your happy times. They will cry with you, they will laugh with you, darling. So she said there's been one or two on your pathway that she'd have wanted to push off, if it makes sense. People have taken advantage of you, she said, because you, in the past, you've been quite a gullible young lady. Yes. So said, but you know, Hayley, she said, you are learning. You are learning. You still have a long way to go, girl, but you are learning, my sweetheart, is what I'm telling you. So she's saying, you've got to realise your own worth as well, Hayley.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, you tend to put yourself down at times.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, well, can we not do that, please? Can we not do that, please? You know, you are as entitled to live here on this earth plane and to be part of whatever you want to be, darling. We're all part of the whole. Okay, we all have that little spark within us. Okay, if you look at our world is made up of those who are here at this moment. You are meant to be here for a reason, Hayley. Yeah. So what your grandma's saying to you is, come on, sweetheart. Did she call you grandma? Did you call her grandma? Because she's telling me something about Nana.
I used to call her Nana. Yeah.
Yeah. She just said to me, I'm not grandma, I'm Nana. So she's correcting me, you see. Yeah, so, and she would have corrected people anyway, wouldn't she, bless her heart. But quite a proud lady, yes?
Yeah.
Quite a proud lady. But she's saying, and you are, she loves to watch you, actually, when you're working, when you're doing what you really want to do, because you put your all into it, Hayley.
I do. It's all or nothing, yeah.
It's all or nothing. But she said, but having said that, sweetheart, you have put your all into some of the wrong places at times. Yes, yes, that makes sense as well. But you're learning.
Sure.
You put yourself on the wrong pathway at times. But she said,
yeah, I know.
That's how you've learned, Hayley. That's how you've learned, sweetheart. But she is saying to you, come on, learn to love yourself, darling, will you?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying.
Good girl. You know what? Have a look in the mirror every morning and say to yourself, I love you, Hayley. If you do it enough, you know, as Annalise said in her talk, if you do it enough, you'll believe it.
Yeah.
And you must believe it, because you know something, darling, if you don't love yourself, how can you expect anybody else to love you?
Yeah.
This is what your Nana's saying, you know. Said, come on, girl. She said, you got a lot to live for. I know you're worried about somebody around you at the moment. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's telling me that, and she said, well, you know what? She said, they can take care of themselves, but there is a lot of help coming from the spirit world. There's spiritual healing coming from somebody from the spirit world.
Oh, okay, that's good.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So she said she is aware of the situation. Okay. She's very much aware of it, and she's doing what she can. She said, I'm doing what I can from over here, she said. And I feel she's such a lovely lady. She had a good sense of humour as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
I'm
She had
sorry
a,
to interrupt. We've got 2 minutes, Anne.
okay, thanks, Sharon. So she had just, she says she had, oh dear, what she's actually showing me is family gatherings. She loved to get the family together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's saying, you know, to her, that was all she ever needed, to have her family around her, to actually know that she loved them. She wanted them to know she loved them. She said, that was my legacy when I left the earth plane, was to leave my love here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's many on the earth plane. Oh, she's coming very close to him. She's making me go, oh, goosebumps here. So she's saying there's many on the earth plane who would remember, but not all of them you can talk to. You can't say you've been talking to a lady who talks to dead people, can you? To some people around you. Some you can, some you can't, darling. She's talking about, she's within your family now. Okay.
Yeah.
She wants you to give her love to those who will accept it.
Yeah.
From the spirit world for them. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. She's a beautiful soul. She really is. But she would tell you the way it was, and she would get her point across.
Yeah.
You know, and she's saying, you do it. You get your point across, Hayley. Sometimes not quite the right way. Does that make sense? She says, so can we think about it? You know, there is a situation around you at the moment. You need to put a zip across and not say anything.
Right. Okay.
Do you know where she is? I don't.
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of.
Just put a zip across. Don't say anything. She said, because at the end of the day, you'll get blamed for it then.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Love. I have to go because
Thank you.
Yeah, round of applause for Anne.
Thank you, Hayley.
Yeah, fantastic. I know people are trying to book readings with you.